Welcome back to the episode of my trading vlog, where most of the views come from return subscribers. If that's you, please hit the like button. If not, consider subscribing. It's been a while since I made a video, so I got a lot of catch up to do. I'm going to try to go very quickly. AMC has completed a share offering, selling about $325 million worth of shares, which honestly is not a lot compared to the amount of debt that they're carrying. But that's okay. This still buys the company time to try to turn bullish, as they turn profit, to overcome the losses that they're paying in rent and such. Hopefully, Barbie will, of course, bring some good revenue towards AMC. The box sales there were, box office sales were just insane, but we won't see that for like another few months. Right now, what we've seen is a bounce. We've just blasted through bearish continuation at 1091 after failing to push through bullish reversal at 1375. This looked pretty promising until suddenly price just decided to turn around and plummet. And it just didn't even stop. There wasn't even support here, which was incredible. This is just wild. Price continued to fall until 761 supported resistance. And what's interesting about the 761 supported resistance is that that level was actually from the pre-split prices, which is wild to me. I don't know why that would still be a relevant level, but apparently it is, so I'm not really going to question it. That's where it is. There's support there, which is great. We've seen a bounce since then the last few days, coming to about a high of around $9. You can see that. I need to probably pull this up. I did this on an hourly time frame, and I'm currently zoomed into the 15 minutes, so the levels won't be like exactly the same, but it's pretty close. You're going to see that we've broken through that downtrend. What I expect now is some sort of reactionary trend. That is to say, some sideways grind. It's either going to be a zigzag or a triangle, and I always just try to guess a triangle because that's the most annoying thing ever, but they're honestly pretty reliable. You get a horizontal triangle after an impulse, you're looking good. You're looking for what's called a measured move up or a measured move down in Bukowski chart pattern analysis. There's going to be some support at 830. If we get below 830, then hey, we're going for a zigzag, and price could really even test this low before coming up and finding a new high, like local high, in which case we'll be forming a big double bottom, right? But right now, we're not looking at that, not until we break 830. What we're hoping to see here, if you're bullish, is to push above that 908 level. If we can get above that level, then the target's going to be 1034. So we're going to be expecting some sideways grind here between $8 and $9. Hopefully that doesn't take too long, and we can see AMC pop up here, and there's a lot of people holding long still. The RSI reached deeply into overbought during this little rally through here. This is pretty good. This could be a kickoff signal, and we could be watching early signs of reversal. Of course, that was what we saw back here too, right? And it still failed. So buckle up. It's going to get bumpy. It's going to be bumpy for a while still in AMC. Going over to GameStop next, we've had a similar sort of bounce, and through here we actually had a successful ABC, a measured move up. I can show you what this looks like. We started at about $16, pushed up to $19.14, came down to a wave B, found a nice triangle through here. Then price soared higher, right up to the target at $21.10, testing that bearish continuation level. That was something I was talking about a couple weeks ago. It's been a while since I made a video, right? But we did it. We reached the target, and then price has reversed since then. And now what we're watching for is that price stays above this prior low. If price can stay above here, then we can still suppose we're in some sort of reactionary uptrend. But if we set a new low, guess what? Progress is being made to the downside, and we'll have to be more bearish. Seeing this swoop up now above 1830 is good to see. It really is good to see. And on a larger time frame, there might be a chart pattern here for us to analyze in the short to near future, and it's going to start with connecting these two lows. We'll see what the high is and where it comes in. It's possible we get some sort of bottoming pattern through here, and it could be some sort of ascending triangle. That's just a wild speculative guess. Don't take my word for that. I'm just guessing here. But we are expecting to see some big action off of what's forming here. Could be a big triple bottom, which would be fantastic. And if that is the case, that's the trend to watch. If price can break this, we've got a very tall triple bottom, and hopefully we'll see GameStop rally at that point. Not there yet, just waiting. Again, that's speculation. Let's go to another stock that's just been plummeting like a rock, Plby, which I have supposed was finding a bottom and just never seemed to, didn't seem to quit falling. So here's a downtrend. We had waves 1, 2, and then we extended wave 2. And so there's 5 extensions in a motive wave, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we found the height of wave 5 here comparable to the height of wave 1% on a percentage basis, I believe. And after we came to that, guess what? We pushed back up a little bit, sideways grind in wave 4. This makes sense in a motive trend. Waves 2 and 4 are reactionary. They're corrective. They're counter trends. Motive here is down. And so, as I say, we're in a downtrend. Wave 2 came up in a sharp reaction. This is a zigzag. You can just see it. It's like zigzag, like, you know, lightning bolt. Wave 4 was completely flat. We call that sideways. So this alternation between sharp zigzag and flat sideways, this is what we're looking for in our motive waves. We've since then dumped into another very strong motive wave, which we're calling Wave 5. This could easily be the end of that motive trend. Easily could be. Finding ourselves at the bottom of Wave C at a higher degree and now finding some support towards $1. Look at the daily chart down here. It's just nuts. Like, that is wicked. You can, like, there's a double bottom here in the RSI. That does happen. You get some simple chart patterns in the RSI because the RSI is an average of the price, right? Volume here is very, very low. We're going to need Playboy to do something like, I don't know, raise some money, cut some of their businesses that they've bought out of the picture. Do something because this is looking pretty oversold, honestly. So I'm still long here, and that's okay. I don't really care. I'm just going to hold. I'm also holding Wulf. It's a good segue. Wulf has been just doing some wild things. We saw a massive push up to 237 and then the dump. And I bought up into here and then I didn't stop loss out, which was stupid, but whatever. And now we're starting to see some big price swings again as Bitcoin is starting to make some rather interesting moves as well. We could easily be looking at a double bottom through here as well. Perhaps there's even some sort of broadening pattern through here. There's at least 3 different ways to look at this chart. And it didn't matter how I looked at it. It doesn't matter until we get below $1.70 or above $2. There's a 30-cent range here of uncertainty. We'll probably bounce around here for a while, really just watching this larger downtrend and waiting for that to break. You can see there's some pretty big volume coming in right now, which could be lending towards a bullish reversal, hopefully. When I turn on these wicks, though, you're going to see what this looks like. Like, this is wild. You get this big, tall green bar. Price just reverses right away, bounces around, comes right back up, and then guess what? Turns right back down. And now guess what? It's turning right back up. It's just like whiplashing around, especially since Bitcoin is making some pretty moves too. I'm going to check for some news here. Do we have anything here? It doesn't really look like it. Going to keep an eye on Wulf. I'm long here, 100 shares, of course. This is also down. That's all right. I'm just going to hold for the longer term. Good segue into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been going up and up here, which is very nice to see. Good touch of that uptrend support and now pushing higher. This could easily just be a measured move up, and we'll see the top of that soon, but we'll wait and see before we call bearish reversal. I'm going to zoom out into the line chart here and get a bigger time frame. Yeah, okay, there's like too many lines here. I'm just going to get rid of some of these things. This is looking a little cluttered, right? Maybe I even back out into the daily time frame too. Okay, so really annoying that the contracts are up here in green. I keep turning that off, but Thinkorswim never saves it, which is stupid, but whatever. There was a downtrend here that broke, and we've seen perhaps waves A, and now we're in wave B of a big measured move up. I guessed a triangle. We didn't really get the triangle, you know. You can see, like, maybe I should pull that down to there. Doesn't matter. What really counts here is that we have 3 waves. We have waves A, B, and this could be wave C we're looking at right now. Wave C might be in some sort of broadening pattern, which is always annoying. That just means it's a reverse triangle. We might call it a descending broadening wedge. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is, if we see a break of this downtrend at this smaller degree, we could be looking for a breakout of 30,425. And if that's the case, the target becomes 41,380. That this uptrend is holding is a big deal. You can basically see we've had a big push up, and then this is a big reactionary trend back to this uptrending support. So if we break through here, again, we're looking for 41,380 after we pass 30,425, which is a significant rally, right? Like, basically I'm saying if we can make let's hear a 20% gain, we'll make another 40%, up to 65% rally, which is significant. That's very significant. It looks like on the MACD, we could be seeing bullish reversal here. Implied volatility is looking weird these days. Look at this just plummet through there. And this happens when you're in a corrective trend. If we go into a motive trend, I would expect the implied volatility here to flip higher and volume to follow that as well. Just choppy through here. Very, very choppy. You can see the RSI reached oversold, and then it's at a lower low in the price and a higher low in the RSI, forming a bullish divergence, typically signaling the end of a motive trend, which wave C is motive. So we've had A, B, and C, and this completes wave B at the higher degree. Now we're looking for wave C at that same degree to push us up. Let's see here, and this looks like it'd be at the primary degree. Okay, some other things I'm following. Eose. Eose is an interesting company. I really like the idea that they're selling recyclable batteries and that they could be used in residential homes. It's a big deal that they're recyclable and non-flammable. That's probably the biggest thing. It's going to make them very appealing to large builders when we get to solar power mandates in the near future. I think, yeah, solar power mandates are coming like down the pipes faster than people realize. And it's gonna be awesome. So we've got a couple targets here at 510 and 578. I'm gonna get rid of that smaller one, and we're just gonna watch this larger trend. It looks like I'm calling it wave A at the this would be the minuet degree, and wave B here is forming into this triangle. And I'll go ahead and I'll just turn this line into blue because that's the degree I'm trying to show it at. And if you're savvy, you're gonna notice that we could be in an ascending broadening wedge, right? And this is important to know because if you break out of an ascending broadening wedge, you're looking for the beginning of the pattern again as the target, which would be around $1. So holding this uptrend is very important, and the price right now is right up against it. I prefer to see it though as a motive trend higher with a wave B following now. We'll probably be finding some support and bouncing around through here for a couple of days, maybe even a couple of weeks before we get a significant or meaningful breakout. Hopefully to the upside. If it's not, then great. And actually, if I turn on the hourly time frame, you're going to see we actually did have a little pop and reach that 510 target already, which wow, that looks totally different, doesn't it? Because then that becomes wave C, and this actually becomes a new reactionary trend. Yeah, in which case this could actually just be a bigger triangle than I want to think about, right? This could be a 1, 2, looking for 3, 4, 5 waves through here, and hopefully that uptrend still holds. So perhaps just watching the uptrend is the best thing to do. Fubo, let's go to Fubo as well. Fubo rally all the way up to $3, which is incredible. It could be that this is wave X in a larger corrective cycle, and we're looking currently at a bear flag. If we break below 245, that would be the signal. I bet you if I take my Fibonacci extension tool, take it from 323, pull up through here, the target comes down to 186, but likely we'll find support at that $2 level. If we don't hold here, expect another drop to test this low. This could just be, again, another big sideways grind. There's a lot of uncertainty here. This is a big move. $1 in a $2 stock. This is like 50% in the last 2 months. So honestly, be expecting some grindy stuff. I'm currently not holding Fubo long, although I wish I was, and I should have stayed in this trade. I would have made a lot more money had I done so. Anyway, moving on to Dixie. This is the most interesting chart. Back here, I was bullish. Everyone was bearish. I said this is a leading diagonal triangle, not a rising wedge. You got to learn what the differences is. And to do that, you have to know what Elliott wave is. At any rate, we pushed up into waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 came up to that 104.899 target. Targets reached on the dollar, pushed up to the downtrend, and guess what? I was expecting to see a reactionary trend down. The dollar doesn't seem to be having any of it. It's pushing out and higher with some strength, which is incredible. And this is probably being driven by what's going on overseas most likely. And because the dollar is going to move in relation to a bunch of passive currencies, and also dollar demand, right? If we have a bunch of money coming in from overseas, then it's probably being converted into dollars before it enters the U.S. markets or bonds or whatever. And this could be contributing to that. I don't really have the data to say so. At any rate, this does look like a clean A, B, and C move higher. We've broken out of this wave B that's formed this pennant, and that would take us up to 106.6, which is incredible. Love to see it. We're finally starting to get some bullish reversal here. It's been a long time for the dollar. It's been a very long time. It's not grinding sideways through here. Now, this typically bodes bearishly for equities, but honestly, SPY is also not having any of it. Let's zoom in here into the 15-minute time frame. You can see we had a reactionary trend, A, B, and C, pushed higher. We formed a small downtrend through here, and we broke above it, and we reached the target. And this was a target I shared in the Discord yesterday, 448.91. I was expecting to see this yesterday. We're seeing it today, especially after, wow, this is kind of surprising. If you were watching after hours, you'd probably think to yourself, oh man, this looks terrible. Like, look, but honestly, we didn't pass that low, so we didn't establish bearish reversal. I call this wave 2 terror, and this is the strength of wave 3. Whoosh. Look at it go. It just soars, and volume's pretty strong right now. The RSI is towards overbought, and that's okay. It's not necessarily a sign of reversal. We're probably going to come up here and test 449.88 or get close to there. In fact, you know what I want to do is I want to see what this looks like on the minute time frame on the candlestick chart. I mean, that is insane. Wow, look at SPY go. And while the dollar is high nonetheless. And again, I think that correlation can exist like where we have that positive correlation when we have money just coming in general, right? Maybe reverse repos are down. I think I've been watching Jeff Joe say that for a couple of days. At any rate, yeah, this isn't looking so bad, is it? We could be just going through some long corrective phases, which could be really frustrating. just wanted to go over and touch base on a couple of things. The dollars which are targets. The meme stocks are just like doing poorly. And as is Playboy and Wulf, which is fine. Of course, I'll be here, but probably making fewer videos. I'm trying to focus on other things, writing some music, going into work early and such. And so I may not be making as many videos, but I will try to continue this, and maybe I'll make some more educational videos, something that's more replayable. Anyway, I'm out of here. Happy